I feel that today I want to do like another toxic work culture kind of video, because I've done a video already on toxic work culture, and this was a while ago, just like my basic ideas about like how I honestly can't remember like all of the stuff in there, but I thought it was quite helpful for me to get it out, just about sort of like general overworking of young people that I feel like, and in jobs, how bosses can be rude and it can have effects on you, especially relating to mental health. That was like what my last one was on, but this one is just like basically continuing on from that a bit, because I've watched like this video about I feel like there was this trend on YouTube recently about there's this girl saying I no longer aspire to have a career, and I just literally was watching that, and I had some other ideas as well, but first I always want to say, like, I feel like everyone has like different abilities and strengths in work. Like, I feel like when you go to a mainstream school, which the vast majority of people do, you are kind of like conditioned to be like academic. Obviously, like that's kind of what you're taught by the teachers. That's what the teachers are taught to teach you. It's the same with any job. Like, the manager's going to teach you what they're taught to teach you, or they're taught to manage you about. So like I believe like, yeah, so like I feel like, and then if you go into a job that maybe you're not too sure about, I'm not saying that it doesn't take a while to like get into a job, but I feel in the past I've had this sense of cognitive dissonance, like when it comes to being in a job, and I've sort of like not really loved it. But even when I first got any mental health problems, I was at the time in a course that I really didn't like. I was trying everything I could not to turn up to it, but I decided to choose cognitive dissonance over like actually acknowledging and honouring those feelings of like, I really don't like this course, I really don't like the fact I haven't met that many people that I like, and I don't like where I'm at, where it is, I don't like the school, I didn't like a lot of stuff about it, but I just ignored it, and then just it like made my life worse in terms of my mental health. And I think it's just about people questioning and challenging those like feelings of cognitive dissonance, like especially in work, because like otherwise you just accept like the situation, you like suppress your feelings, and I just like don't think suppressing feelings like that, when you can actually, because when you actually have the ability to change it, is actually something very helpful. Like knowing like you always have a choice. And then also I'm going to talk about the uncertainty of tying your self-identity and self-worth to a job or a relationship, or as just like say a job in this point, because I feel like I had a really toxic relationship with my schoolwork. I heard this girl talk about, and she had this idea of numbed exhaustion, which I just feel like everyone is like. When I was in school, I know a lot of my friends were the same, where we just wanted to do well, and then you got to this point of numbed exhaustion, and you not only get used to it, but you are conditioned in school to be in school, and obviously you have to be there. And they say that's the first drug that you can do as a child, is to change the way you feel and get overworked and make all your brain chemicals, understand your brain, how it works and stuff. And I think there's a level of healthiness and normal development to that. But I do also feel like attaching yourself to a career or a job, because I attached myself massively to my schoolwork, which I think is part of the reason why I try to force myself to do the course I didn't like, because I was like, oh well, I liked my school, so why didn't I like this course, you know what I mean, like it'll probably get better and I'll probably start to like it like that. But looking back, it was obviously the way everything had to work out. But if I was in that position again, I would think twice. Everything's a learning curve at the end of the day, but it's like I feel like as well, and I don't want to get too religious in this, but I feel like there's a need for God. Everyone has, in my opinion. I think everyone has different levels that they understand things, but my thoughts are that everyone has a need for God. But I think that can be wrongly applied through lots of things, but especially careers. And I think this sense of need for, what's the word, purpose, and I think God gives us all purpose, but being greedy and your need for purpose, and like going into a job getting lots of greed from like money and stuff like that, is just basically a wrongly applied divine need. So that's my thoughts on that. But getting back to the non-religious, people, and also like just being acknowledging of the fact that jobs are supportive of your work, not yourself. trauma aside, like anyone that has any residual trauma that's going to like affect your stress levels, that completely aside, your employer doesn't care holistically about you, just the labor to create a profit, because obviously they have their own personal lives to worry about, and like most of the time they're not going to worry about your mental or emotional or like psychological well-being. Apart from maybe very surface level, some of them I've come across employers that really don't care at all, and they will actually add to your stress because they don't know how to manage their own. But again, everyone has their own issues. So this also combined with this then creates, I feel like, a toxic societal outlook on like life, because you obviously have to, there's this just outlook of like you have to work. I know the world always changes, and there's a belief in religion that you should look at God and not the world, because the world will always change but God will always stay the same, and the Bible will always stay the same. But like this has then created this outlook in the world of like negativity, because not a lot of the time we're not getting what we need through the job. Like it's always like we're in this time now, I feel like, of like productiveness, greed, we need more money, we need more followers, we need more, because of the internet, like everyone's figuring that out as well. And it's like everyone needs more money, work harder, more productiveness, and I get it, but it's not good, and it's created a societal outlook of fatigue, overworking, exhaustion. I go more into that in my other video, so I'm going to stop about that now. But and I honestly believe this is why some people, and I know everyone's comfortable with their own lives, and you could even say I'm in this bracket at this point, I mean kind of, but these people that kind of have a job but they don't have much of a social network, which I do, I would say, but like don't have many hobbies, which I kind of do, but like they might feel bad or ignorant to their other needs and wants, whereas like because I'm aware of all this stuff, I feel like maybe, but in some ways I could fit into this bracket of I obviously like work for myself now in terms of my like online shop and like whatever else, but it's like I do feel like this could be why some people are like they rely on their employer to sort of like give them what they need, whereas I always, again, to get religious, I would believe that like God is like a fountain of like energy and like a life source which is bottomless, if you like. So like for me it would be to pray when I have no hope left, but because God is like always going to give me that continuous like feed my thirst of for life. But it's like yeah, some people could wrongly put this place of God where God should be on work or their boss or their relationship partner. And I would just say, like, as a last thought, that it's easy, I feel like, to put on rosy-coloured spectacles of productivity and like growth in life, not necessarily growth but productivity, being a time that you were happy. And I feel like for me a lot of stressful events in my life have been like really like growth experience in my life would be really stressful, but when you look back you don't really see the stress. I feel like you just see the change. And yeah, so I feel like everyone's going through a time in their life at the moment where you like can't control anything, but it's what it is. So yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling after 8 minutes of this, but yeah, I just felt the need to put that out there today because I one other thing is that I was doing a little mood journal thing where I was actually just looking at my daily activities. Obviously I work from home now, like it's like I want to make sure I'm keeping an eye on like what like makes me feel good, what I should do less of, what I should do more of. And I realised that oh, I can't even remember what my thing was here. I don't actually know where I was going with that. But yeah, I can't actually remember what I was saying about that, but honestly don't remember where I was going with that, but I think we're just going to leave that out. But I just think like rest is imperative, and yeah, that's the end of my video. Thank you for listening. Bye.